It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard some Dangerous Toys with Sportin' a Woody. I think most guys can probably relate to that song just a little bit. And we just heard some Hair of the Dog from their debut self-titled release with The Party Ain't Over. No, the party ain't over. It just began. And coming to the mic is the party master himself, Chris Halen. What's going on, Chris?
What is up? How are we?
It's time to party.
I'm ready, sort of.
You don't sound like it. You sound groggy.
I'm a little, I don't know, man. Like I'm catching the fucking flu again or some shit.
Dude,
but
you gotta take garlic. I'm telling you.
Yeah, or just lose 150 fucking pounds in exercise, one or the other.
Yeah, well, I think all of that combined, but seriously, I take 1,000 milligrams of garlic every day.
Well, I'll tell you what, taking garlic sounds a lot better than going on a diet, so maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, well, you know what? It fights off any colds and infections and flu and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, well, maybe if I stopped living like a fucking maniac, that would probably help with this as well. But,
yeah, well, I agree. You know, got to take care of yourself, man. That's all there is to it.
Oh, please, you and Don, you worriers.
I'm not a worrier. I just don't want to wake up dead.
Yeah, thankfully, you know, it's that thought of you really don't know that you're going to die when you die. Maybe for that second, but even then you don't carry the memory. So who gives a shit?
Well, it's not that you give a shit. It's just like, as long as I'm here, I want to be healthy. I don't want to be all broken down and decrepit and wish for death.
Well, you know, that's why I've got a gun with a bullet, just to be sure that I don't get too far into that. Happiness
is a warm gun, as Paul McCartney would say.
Exactly. See you, folks.
Yeah. Speaking of guns, I had this overwhelming urge to go buy another gun today.
Did you go do it?
No, I didn't do it. I was thinking, you know what? I want to get a 44 Magnum.
Big one, huh?
Yeah, no apparent reason. I was just thinking it'd be kind of fun, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to head out. I'm going to go to lunch today. I'm going to go over to Bass Pro Shop, because they have a very large selection of guns. I thought, you know, I'm going to go buy a gun for the shits and giggles.
Dude, I can't fathom that you don't have the big, dirty, hairy 357 at this point.
Yeah, well,
that seems like you.
Yeah, well, I think the 44 would be better, though.
Better in terms of
the big gun.
It's a big gun, yeah, but
yeah.
You know, a 357's a big motherfucker.
It is. They're both big guns, but yeah, I was thinking I'd like to get that. And it's funny you bring up Dirty Harry, because that's exactly what was going through my mind at that time.
You were like, make my day.
Yeah, I didn't know if I wanted the clip or if I wanted the barrel. Okay. You know, so I was trying to think, yeah, what should I get? Because I was thinking, you know, I'll drop six, 7 bills on it.
Sure.
Get a good gun for no apparent reason.
And you know what? Knowing you're going to think about this for the next month or so, and then you're going to come on the show and show your gun.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably right.
I guarantee you'll think about this now for a couple of weeks. Get it in your head. Get yourself in the right frame of mind of which you want. And you'll walk right in there and say, yeah, give me this model, this one at this price.
Exactly.
And don't talk to me while I fill out this paperwork.
Right, exactly. Yep, that's usually how it goes, too.
Yep, that's the Neeley way.
Yeah, I think about it.
Yeah, you do. You're thought con. Meanwhile, the last gun I bought was my Mossberg, my 22, whatever you call that thing, my 22 assault. If it could be a such thing as a 22 assault weapon, but... I went in and bought it on a total lark. I bought it because my buddy Scotty wanted to get something, and we went in, and it was just like, hey, he's getting one, and it was priced right. I was like, yeah, throw another one up there too. Give me the paperwork as well.
Yeah, give me one of those.
And that's exactly how it was. It was like buying shoes at Walmart. Yeah, I'll take that too.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of the same thing as getting a tattoo. You know, all of a sudden you just get this urge, and you're just like, you know what? I kind of had this in mind. Give me one of those too.
Dude, I go back. That's a whole nother thing I've been thinking long and hard about lately, is about getting a tattoo. But I just don't want to be that white trash 50-year-old faggot that gets the fucking bad tattoo. and I know what I want, but what I want, I can't tell if it's white trashy or if it'll be cool.
Right.
And the only way I can figure it out is to do it. And I'll tell you what it is. You tell me. What I want to get is like right behind my wrist, like going up my arm. It'd be that tattoo that looks like the skin is ripping open, and it has the Far Beyond Driven blue kind of record underneath it, like that's what's underneath the skin, with like some flames and some blood and shit coming off of the ripped open skin.
Right.
Is that white trashy, or is that like a decent tattoo?
Well, I guess it just depends on how good the artwork is.
Yeah. Well, I planned on spending more than $75.
Yeah. But I think what separates a trash tattoo between a good one and a bad one is how good the art is.
Yeah.
Because you see a lot of bad tattoos out there.
Mm-hmm.
And hang on a minute. I got a lot of
that scratchiness too.
Yeah, it's on my end here. Hang on a minute.
I'm sitting here adjusting my shit too.
Nope, it's on my mic. I've been trying to figure out where the noise was coming from, but apparently it's on my mic.
Where's that can of air?
Yeah, really, I do have that.
Give it a shot.
Let me see here. Let me give it a shot of air.
There we go.
I don't know if that'll solve it.
Well, we'll see.
I don't know. It's just something, maybe it might be in my... Yeah,
it's definitely your mic.
Yeah, it is my mic. I know it's on my end. I don't know what it is, though. That's the problem.
All right, folks. Show's canceled.
I don't think that's the issue here. But anyway, I'll figure it out in the next break. Hopefully it'll subside a little bit.
Looks like the Rime of the Ancient Mariner coming out for a rare appearance.
Yeah. Haven't done that in a while. But anyway, yeah, what I was saying is that the difference between a good tattoo and a bad tattoo is how good the artwork is.
Right.
And, of course, the placement is always, a concern as well.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I had one once before I got fucking smoked and I got burned off my arm, but I liked it, but I wouldn't get the same tattoo again because it was all tribal art and shit. And what year is this that I'd get tribal art on my fucking arm?
Right.
That would be the white trash tattoo there. I don't know, man. It's that weird thing. It's like I'm fucking 50 at this point. It's like, do I get a tattoo? Does that make me cooler?
Well, I don't know if the cool factor necessarily factors in at this age. I mean, of course, when you're younger and you get a tattoo, there's a lot of ooh and ah and, oh, man, you're a rebel. But at this point, it's just like, you know what? This kind of says something about me. I don't know what that would be, but, regardless.
Yeah. At this point, it says, wow, I can pay for my groceries and waste money. That's about all it says.
Yeah, that's about it, too.
And to be honest, if I have to make a choice between getting a tattoo and buying another gun, guess what I'm doing? Ain't going to be ink on my fucking arm.
Yeah. Well, I agree.
The great race war is coming, as I'm told all the time.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of what I was thinking, too, because, it seems like things are heating up out there. It's been just the unrest, slow but sure, has been growing.
Yeah.
And, it's just like, what's tomorrow going to bring? Are we going to have to fight it out with somebody, or is that all just hype?
I can just see you, big fucking 44 out the window of that fucking that car, window rolled down, stereo blasting, docking full blast.
Right.
Bullets to spare.
Yeah, exactly. Just riding through the neighborhood, just taking out all the commies.
Yeah. Take that, Gary.
Yeah. You know what I think? What I think prompted the thought.
What's that?
Is I was watching. Now I've got to admit, Joe Rogan did real good this week.
Yeah.
He got two real good gets this week. He got David Lee Roth,
right,
which was as goofy as hell.
Right.
He's entertaining, but he's goofy. He's just goofy.
He's crazy.
He is. And then he got Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Which
and Alec was real crazy. Holy smokes.
Yeah, and he's crazy in his own right.
Yeah.
So, hang on a minute.
What the fuck?
I don't know what all that noise is.
Where's your guest mic?
I don't know if it's in the mic or if it's in one of the processors. I don't know what it is.
That's weird.
It is weird. I don't normally have that kind of an issue, but today it's an issue.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
All right back here on Dirt Talk.
I don't know what's causing all that static.
Well, Black Metal Ray, what do you think? What the fuck?
Yeah. I think I may have gotten it, though.
You think it's that cable connection?
I think it was a cable connection. It's like a lot of static was built up or something.
Yeah.
It's gone now.
All right, well, there.
I just unplugged it and plugged it back in, and now it's gone.
We're giving the guys some great radio to start.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, what the hell is going on there? But yeah, I think I got it. It must have been in that cable connection.
Yeah, that's weird.
All right. Well, anyway, so I was watching the whole Joe Rogan Experience with Alex Jones.
Right.
And Alex, as much as a kook he could be or being a nutball, he at least he prompts some thought. It's like, there might be some truth into what this guy is saying.
Yeah, some of what he's saying.
Some of what, I'm not saying the whole thing. I'm just saying, there's stuff going on out there that we're not aware of.
Oh, of course. Of course there is.
The
only reason he hasn't been murdered is because there's so much light on him. Even with them demonetizing him and all of this other shit, there's still so much light on the guy that they can't take him out.
Yeah.
But boy, he says just enough. I almost wonder sometimes if he says just enough crazy shit to keep himself alive.
You got to wonder.
He'll say some stuff that makes a lot of sense, but then he'll say some really fucking whacked out, the frogs with the fluoride are gay.
Yeah.
Which keeps people saying, he's a fucking goof. He's crazy. He's insane. And by doing that, it almost keeps him alive. You know what I mean?
Well,
he's an interesting character.
Yeah, he definitely is. And the thing that he was talking about that just didn't set well with me, and we were kind of aware of it anyway. But what didn't set well with me is the fact that the what do you want to call it? The joint effort by the banks and by Silicon Valley and everybody joining together as a united force to try to, cut this guy off.
Sure.
To have his banking institutions and everything shut his accounts off.
I know, it's fucking nuts.
For no apparent reason, and the way that he was explaining it anyway, and I don't know if there's any truth to it, but the way he was explaining it was about because of terrorists or terrorism, that they more or less categorized him as a terrorist, which would give them cause to shut his funds off.
Sure.
And, he was explaining that according to the designation that they put on a person or an account with an H to be a hate group or a terrorist, that his banking accounts, even though they have, AAA credit rating, they shut him off.
Well, yeah.
Because they labeled him as a terrorist or a hate group or whatever the case may be.
No, well, you could thank our good friends in the government from the Bush administration for that. Right after with the Patriot Act, saying that there doesn't need to be cause for anything. That's he is an example of what you get when you don't need cause to do anything, when you can just do it in the name of national security.
Right.
And I don't know if he's lying or telling the truth or whatever, but why would he make that up?
Yeah. Well, I agree. And he said that he said that they're building a case or, going to take them to task legally, over it. But the fact is this guy, regardless if you like him or not, or if you think he's a nutball or not, or, whether you think he's a conspiracy theorist or not, it's just this joint effort from all these different organizations to shut this guy down because they don't like him. You know what I mean?
I think they don't like you either, man. They're fucking with your cables.
Apparently so. Yeah, but they just don't like him.
Right, exactly.
We don't like you, so we're going to try to shut you down.
That's right, pal.
You haven't given us any just cause. You haven't attacked the World Trade Center. You haven't, set bombs off somewhere or attempted to murder anybody.
Right.
But we don't like you, so we're going to shut you down.
That's right. Yeah, it's not right. It's against everything that the country's supposed to be about. But, look, anybody that knows dick about freedom of speech knows it's not about protecting the speech people likes. Anybody can say kittens are cute. That's okay. There's not going to be too many people that are going to argue that fucking point. That's not the speech that you're fucking protecting. You got to protect the most fucking radical and the most disgusting fucking speech that there is so that it can't shut you down when you're disagreed with from somebody. You got to protect the Alex Joneses of the world. You got to protect the Westboro Baptist churches of the world. You got to protect NAMBLA. You got to protect the speech of all of those people to say what they want to say, and then you can disagree with it. I mean, and that's what the whole country was built on, was fucking a state of discourse,
right?
Arguing discourse by saying, well, we're going to shut this guy down or that guy down, and we're not going to let these opinions be out there. You are fucking basically saying, fucking shut the country down. Let's just fucking give up our guns, give up our food, and fucking hope the Venezuelan government gives us a fucking sandwich once a week.
Right.
It's fucking stupid.
Well, I agree, but I mean that even runs as deep as our own president. Mm-hmm. Before this guy even took the oath of office, the forces were in play to overturn the election and make sure and remove him from the office.
Sure.
For no apparent reason, just because, we don't like him.
Yeah. He's not one of our guys.
Yeah, he isn't one of us, and we don't like him, so we're going to figure out every way possible to try to remove him from office.
Right.
And I hear this word all the time for the last 2 years. We need to impeach him. We need to impeach him. And the thing is people don't understand what the term impeach means.
Yeah.
It means that you have to level not accusation, but charge him with high crimes, misdemeanors, and treason. It's like, so what has he done that he could be impeached for?
He grabbed the pussy.
Yeah, sure. But my point is that we're at this point now if there's somebody out there you dislike or disagree with, regardless if they've broken any laws or have done anything, we just need to remove them.
Well, yeah. Well, dude, what it is it's a byproduct of social media being proof positive of how fucking dumb our own people are of their own fucking government and laws and rules.
True, absolutely.
That's all it should. To me, when I see people say shit like that, I'm like, you really are a fucking dummy, aren't you? You really sat there and threw spitballs and fucking jerked your dick to Nancy in front of you when you were in history class.
Right.
Because you didn't learn a fucking thing about the government. And Lord knows, I was the king of fucking jerking my dick and throwing spitballs in fucking history class, but I still managed to capture some of it.
Right.
I mean, people with this fucking, well, we should impeach him because he says things I don't like, and he's not a good representative of this. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Well,
yeah, it's fucking sickening, dude.
It is. I agree. And so anyway, that's what prompted my thought that, you know what, I'm going to go out and buy another big gun. That's seriously what brought that to mind. Is like, you know what, after listening to this bullshit, I'll feel better if I have another firearm.
Is that your ultimate way out? Take out as many fucking idiots as you can.
Well,
and then one last one
what
for
else?
yourself?
What else am I going to do? I mean, if I'm going to end up being, if I'm going to end up perishing or to some tyrannical takeover, I might as well take out as many as I can before I get taken out.
Yep, and take yourself on the way out the door.
Pretty much.
I'm with you.
It's like if I'm going to go anyway, I might as well, do something about it up until that point.
Make the choice. Yeah, right? I might as well make the choice.
Pretty much. Until it goes dark like Tony Soprano.
Yeah, exactly. And be honest, watching The Sopranos, that wouldn't be such a bad way to go. He's at the restaurant, then that's it.
Yeah, it got dark.
He never experienced a bad second. Not one.
Didn't even see it coming.
Maybe a bad 1/1,000,000th of a second while the bullet went in, but that's it. Probably didn't even feel his face hit the table.
Not at all.
Just boom, out, goodbye.
Exactly. Halen Kill caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, Lou from the Lou. I tell you, Neeley, you're speaking my language tonight, buddy.
Well, I didn't finger bang a middle-aged woman in the front seat of my car while I was thinking about this, so I'm not quite as on par with you. But what do you got for us tonight, Lou?
Well, man, me and you, Neeley, when the shit hits the fan, man, we're gonna be roaming the streets playing a little cowboys and niggers, and then maybe playing some cowboys and spicks after that.
Yeah, well, I'm not thinking that my enemy is going to be the niggers or the spicks, as you put it. I'm thinking it's got to be more of a tyrannical government than anybody else.
Well, those people vote for the tyrannical government.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not.
They're on the tit. They're on the government tit.
Well, I would not hold any race responsible for what I'm thinking may come down the pike. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, hell, if you need some help cleaning up Gary, man, just let me know. I said before, people are investing in gold and silver. I've been investing in lead lately.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Are you building an arsenal there in the Missouri area?
I'm just practicing my Second Amendment right.
Well, that's not what I asked you. Are you building an arsenal?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well, what do you have to share with us? What kind of arsenal do you have?
I was going to show you my sexual escapades of the past. But if you guys want to hear about my arsenal,
well, isn't that what we're talking about? We're not talking about your love gun here.
My love gun, my bazooka, my one-eyed anaconda.
Right.
Right. No, I have a couple 12 gauges that I use for hunting. Then like Chris, I have me a judge.
Nice.
Look at that, Chris. He's got a judge like you, Judge Aiken.
Of course, the judge is the best. I love the judge.
Yeah, it's the equalizer, man. It's the equalizer.
Got that right. Doesn't look like much, but it'll do some real fucking damage.
Oh, he'll bring the judgment. That's the judge, juror, and executioner all in one.
So do you like the slug or do you like the 410 shell better?
I like the 410.
Yeah. Amen.
So I like the 410, and I have those three, but got me possibly thinking about shopping for another one. I'd like to get me a Magnum. So as Chris was saying, go down, be just like Dirty Harry, man. So and so forth, but oh well, fuck, I'm flaming out here. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, hand job, and pussify.
See what Holly started?
Holly did.
Pussify.
At least he jumped out before his manager got a hold of him.
That's true. That's true.
My God, he was flaming worse than me 25 years ago.
Yeah, he was. I think he came in with a good intention, but then he kind of lost his train of thought.
Yeah, he was like a bonfire at a gas station. Jesus Christ, he was just totally flaming out.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. So anyway, yeah, after watching Alex Jones on Joe Rogan and watching the goofiness of David Lee Roth, regardless of what you think of either one of those characters, Joe Rogan had a good week.
He did. He definitely. I like Joe. He just, I don't know. Sometimes he gets off into weird fucking places with some of these guests. He'll be like, yeah, this is astrophysicist Bob, whatever your name is, and then he'll talk for fucking 4 fucking hours about, the movement in the second universe or some shit.
Right.
Like, what are you fucking rambling about?
Well, you know who surprised me and somebody that I didn't even recognize? The only way that I recognized him was his voice.
Who?
Is that Dave Foley?
I don't even know who that is.
The actor Dave Foley.
Dave Foley?
Yeah, he was part of the Kids in the Hall, and he was in that that show. What was it? What was it called? Talk Radio or?
Oh my God, dude! What year are you going back to?
It was in the It was in the 90s.
Yeah, I vaguely remember Talk Radio. I don't think I ever saw Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, but that guy, he looks like he lives in a cave somewhere on a mountain.
Oh,
he's got the whole beard and the mustache and the raggedy ass hair going on, and
right.
and he's into the whole UFO thing, and
right.
It's just like, so this is what became of your acting career. Now you're a UFO conspiracy theorist, and you live in a cave somewhere like a hermit.
Does he stay with Randy Quaid?
I think he does.
Randy Quaid's another one that just went crazy.
Yeah. I see Randy Quaid pop up on the Twitter periodically with his little 15, 30 second, 45 second videos spouting his thoughts of the day, and he looks like the wild man of Borneo or something.
He looks like the Unabomber.
He does. Really? Well, this Dave Foley's heading that direction too.
Nice.
It's got the
something. Do you think it's about these fucking bad beards being in style now?
I don't know.
I think that's part of it. These guys all started growing these bad beards, and it just kind of unleashed their inner insanity. They figured if they can look insane, they can be insane. Because, I mean, how does a guy like Randy Quaid, that guy did a lot of fucking good work for a while, but now he's absolutely batshit crazy.
Well, yeah, I know, but, this has been coming on for a while because, didn't he, escape to Canada for a while? And
yeah, he did.
And then he got extradited, and he was, running away from, I don't know, evading taxes or something. I don't know.
Canadians are all fucked up anyway. Just look at them all.
Yeah.
Dude, knows another one that went crazy with the beard? Jim Carrey.
Yeah, he's off on the deep end as well.
But what's the similar thing? Grew the fucking beard.
Yeah.
Grew the beard, went nuts.
And look at David Letterman.
Grew the beard, went nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's something to that beard thing.
Yeah, it's just bizarro world. It's just the point where it's like, I don't really plan on getting laid anymore.
Yeah. Well, they just don't rely on their looks to get laid anymore. Jim Carrey's like, I'm Jim Carrey. Want to see my fucking bank book? Suck this dick.
Right.
Suck this cock and I'll wrap it with $1,000 bills.
Right, sure. I don't know.
Randy Quaid, I don't know how that dude's getting laid because he can't have any money, can he?
I can't imagine.
Yeah, don't know. That's an interesting look he's got going there.
Sure. But, yeah, we live in a bizarro world.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do.
But anyway, what's going on in the world of Chris Aiken this week?
Well, I got to spend the beginning of the week in a hotel. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I heard that the winds of change.
Yeah, the big windstorm.
The winds of change blew through Twinsburg and chased you out of your house.
It did. Just my street, of course. The street behind me had power. The street in front of me had power. My street, no power for 3 days. Because some tree fell on a fucking pole and a transformer got knocked, blah, 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 whatever. Who gives a shit? And, they wouldn't fix it because the wind was too windy.
Right.
So they couldn't get up in their little bucket things. So I had to go and fucking live in a hotel, which wasn't horrible, I guess. But, it just, It's living in a hotel.
Yeah, you're displaced for a short time.
And just using the world's worst internet to do my work, which does not, let's just say my job does not work well on the world's worst internet. And I mean, the internet was like one up and one down. It was fucking terrible, where I'm used to 120, 100 up or 100 down and 20 up. And instead I was getting 1/20th to 1/100th of what I'm used to.
Yeah, that's like, I'm on dial-up.
Oh, it was bare. There were parts of the day where I was using my phone as a
hotspot,
mm-hmm. and it was faster. It was like at night when there was like a zillion people in the hotel room, and and they were all online, surfing porn or whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
The internet speed would go down, so I would switch to my hotspot. My hotspot was infinitely faster than the fucking hotel internet. I was like, this is fucking shit. And then just sitting around, the internet was, I was smart and stupid at the same fucking time. I was smart enough to bring a Chromecast with me, thinking that I wouldn't want to watch regular TV. But then I got there, and the internet was so fucking slow that I couldn't watch with the Chromecast. So I'm sitting there watching fucking TV, and there was some godforsaken game show. I forget what it was called, something like You Won't Know Till You Ask or something.
All right.
And it was what was the show with Gene Rayburn and Richard, whatever his name was, from Hogan's Heroes? Richard Dawson.
Well, you had Family Feud.
No, not that. Like Joker, was it Joker's Wild?
Well, there was Match Game.
Match Game. That's what it was. And that's all this was a ripoff of Match Game.
For sure.
You had 6, they called them celebrities, but you had 6 celebrities, and then they would ask a question, and then you had to fill in the blank, or like each celebrity would say an answer, and they had to pick, if they were telling the truth or not. So they would say, the sky is blank. And then the celebrity would say yellow. And then the person would have to say, no, that's not right. He's lying. It's blue. It was the dumbest fucking game ever. But what got me was it was supposedly 6 celebrity comedians. And it was like the most famous of them was Margaret Cho.
Oh boy.
That was the most famous. And they had like Jamie Kennedy, and I didn't even know some of the people that were on this. And then now here you want to talk about name from the past, and they pretended like this guy was something being there. Byron Allen was on the panel. Do you remember Byron Allen?
No, you're going to have to tell me who that is.
From the 70s, he was the host of Real People. Remember Real People?
Yeah, I do.
But that was like the mid-70s, I think.
Yeah.
And they trotted this guy out 45 fucking years later to be a panelist on this show.
Byron Allen. Wow.
Byron Allen. Oh, my God. I'm watching this shit, and he's giving his answers, and they're just like, oh, my God, Byron, you've been funny for so many years. Like, shut up. Nobody's heard from this fucking guy in 40 fucking years.
Right.
It was the worst game show. And, of course, whatever channel I'm watching, Cozy TV or Me TV or whatever it was that had this fucking show on, it's like the flagship for their channel because they gave me a 2-hour block of this shit. And, of course, me being the lazy son of a bitch that I am, I just stayed on the bed and watched all 2 hours of this shit. Just watched Margaret Cho giving her answers, and it was so bad. But yeah, my week was spent, the early part of the week was spent in the hotel room, and then obviously I got back. Once I got back, I had to do how that goes. You got to do your house cleanup after that,
right?
You have to go through and throw away food and fix whatever got blown up. Which thankfully I don't think anything got blown up this time. That's good, at least. There was no surge that came through. But Yeah, and then the rest of the week, I've just been, playing catch up with work since I was working at 1/100th of speed on Monday and Tuesday, so I spent the rest of the week catching up. So that's it, really. I finished watching The Oath, which, goddamn, that's a fucking good show. If you haven't watched that one yet, dude, you gotta watch that show.
I have not watched that.
You have to watch it. It is so good.
And is that on Netflix or Amazon or what?
Crackle.
Oh, Crackle. Okay.
It's on Crackle. You got to tolerate a 30-second commercial every 15 minutes.
Yeah, I watch Crackle periodically. Sure.
But I blew through the 2 seasons in about a week, and it's just a fantastic out of the Sons of Anarchy or the Shield mold. Real intense, but couple of moments that are funny, lots of killing, lots of shooting. I love that. Every episode, somebody's getting fucking killed, which makes me happy.
Well, I did watch something last night that I typically would not watch, but it was a new feature that they were. I'm thinking it's a Netflix original or Netflix feature.
Okay.
And I never watched the TV show, and I'm not necessarily a fan of this guy's comedy, but I just thought, I'm going to just check it out because it wasn't very long. It was like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Well, Ray Romano has this Netflix special.
Okay.
And he does 2 stand-up sets at 2 different New York comedy clubs back to back. He does like a 10 or 15 minute stand-up at this one club that he started out in when he was a young comic.
Okay.
And then basically walked 2 blocks down the street and did another totally separate set at a different comedy club.
Okay.
And what made me kind of laugh is it was kind of funny because he did a lot of marriage/relationship humor. Mm-hmm. And it was right up our alley.
Oh, nice. I'll have to watch it.
Just the bullshit that you have to go through in a relationship. And he was talking about, he's apparently been married a lot of years and, talks about the stuff that he goes through on a daily basis just to keep peace in the house.
Right.
Just from, noticing his wife's new hairstyle or whether she got a haircut or whether he acknowledges a new outfit she wears or is paying attention to what she's doing.
Right.
And, always being on his toes more or less.
No, thank you.
So one of the things he said, it just kind of made me laugh just because it is typical and it doesn't make any sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I'm laying in bed with the wife.
Right.
And she dozes off to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So I pick up the book on my bedstand and I start reading my book.
Okay.
And she wakes up 40 minutes later and she rolls over and looks. She goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, I'm reading my book. And she goes, "Well, I thought we were going to talk." And he says, "But you fell asleep." "Oh, so the minute I fall asleep, you go to pick up your book and read?"
Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? He goes, "Well, what was I supposed to do? Sit here and just watch you sleep?
Yeah.
Just in case you woke up?"
Yeah, wait so we can have that big conversation about nothing.
Exactly. I was just like, yeah, that's about the right logic.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what you do. You just pick up your book and read instead?
Yeah, insane, dude. So I'll tell you a relationship story, but I won't say who it is. But I had a conversation with somebody today that if I wasn't already cemented and no interest at all in getting back into a relationship, boy, does this fucking cement it. So a friend of mine who and if you want me to, I'll type it in.
It doesn't matter, but go ahead.
But he's out with another friend that you know.
Okay.
And they're doing whatever they're doing, but they're hanging out together. And
up to no good, no doubt.
It really wasn't. They were doing as non-confrontational an activity as it could possibly be.
They were probably out banging chicks, cheating on their wives and their women and stuff.
Well, we'll get there.
Because that's what guys do.
That's what
the
they
minute
do.
they're out of the house, they're out there banging new pussy.
Thank God the women are just there with their mouths open, ready to suck a dick every time we venture out of the house. But so apparently at 10 o'clock or whatever,
yeah,
the girlfriend calls.
Yes.
And is like, why aren't you home yet?
Yeah, why aren't you home yet? Okay. Is this on a Friday?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
So he says, well, I'm out here doing blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm not on my way home right now. And, and she, of course, says, you're lying. You're really out doing something.
Yeah, of course.
So they get into an argument. They're arguing back and forth on the phone. And she does this move, and I've had it happen to me once, and it'll never happen to me twice. She hangs up on him, but then calls him right back immediately.
Of course.
You know, that whole I'm in control move.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and apparently she does this like a bunch of times.
Oh, my God.
Like keeps calling back. And then gets mad and hangs up and then calls right back to yell at him some more.
Right.
So he goes and blocks her on his phone. He blocks her number so she can't call or text.
Right.
This fucking attention-hungry cunt goes and finds an app that gets around a phone block so that she can keep on calling.
I'd have to turn my phone off.
And I said that as well. And the answer I was given for why he didn't turn his phone off was because at that point it was a contest and he wasn't going to lose.
Yeah, I don't have enough tolerance for that.
I was like, so how do you win? How is this a win by this bitch calling you every 10 fucking seconds? There's no win to that. The win is dump this bitch and go get a hotter bitch and let her see you on Facebook fucking this bitch. It's like, what are you doing? But just the whole sound of it, I'm listening to this, and you know, dude, when you're trying to absorb it, you're trying to figure it out so that you can figure out, you know, a decent piece of advice or
try to be empathetic or at least, you know, lend some kind of support of some kind.
Yeah. Or if nothing else, just have a thought that's relevant and not, you know, your first thought you don't ever want to say is, well, just get rid of that stupid cunt.
Right.
You know, you always want to kind of have that, well, you know, what does she do that makes you happy or blah, 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 you know, whatever. You know, you try and find any kind of a middle ground.
Right, of course.
And I'm listening to this, and the only thing that's going through my mind is, I'm never going to have a relationship ever again.
But you know, just in the little less than 5 minutes we've been discussing that, telling me these details just drained me.
Yeah.
To hear it, just even to hear the 5 minutes, it just sucked the energy right out of me hearing you tell that story.
Yeah, and it's like, and now this is not a new girlfriend either. This is a girlfriend that similar shit has been going on like this for years.
Well, see, he's foolish. If it's been going on like this and he's tolerated it this long, he's at fault here.
He's totally at fault there. He's got to run. That's what I think is he's got to run for cover at this point.
So does he live with this girl?
Of course he does.
Oh yeah, of course. So that's a problem in itself.
Shit, I'd live in my car before I put up with that.
Well, see, when it comes down to going to the phone block and turning your phone off, you have to face the music when you go home.
Yeah.
And that would be something I could never do.
I'd face the music, all right. I'd come in with a suitcase. Get my shit and leave.
Right.
Why I can't for the fucking life of me fathom going home to that and then trying to have a rational conversation. My rational conversation would be, you're a cunt. I fucking hate you. I'm out of here. I'll stay at a hotel. I'll stay at my friend's house. I'll stay at my dad's house or my mom's house or whatever the fuck. I'm leaving. I'd have to find somewhere else to fucking be.
Yeah.
Other than there for one more second. It's just insanity. Insanity.
Yeah. Well, I think I may have told this story on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
It's a friend of mine that you know.
Okay.
When I was involved in business with my former brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that we would like to try to do with the guy friends is, since we had our own office, we had a big conference room.
Sure.
And so we would have a poker night.
Okay.
And, myself and my brother-in-law and several of the people that we worked with, we would invite them over to have poker.
Okay.
And it was certainly a guy's thing. It was smoke a couple cigars, have some Johnny Walker Blue, maybe have like the movie Casino playing on the big screen, and play some poker and sit there and shoot the shit, and that's it.
Right.
Well, our mutual friend, it got to be, I don't know, maybe 9:00.
Yeah.
And she's doing the calling thing.
Oh my God.
And hang on a minute, guys. Yeah, what's up? I'm here at the office playing poker. Yeah, I told you I was going to be out here with the guys. Yes, that's all we're doing. We're playing poker. That kind of a thing. It's like, I'll be home probably about 10.
How about this? I'll be home when I'm there.
Yeah.
How about that?
It wasn't 20 minutes later. She's calling again, 20 minutes after 9. Now, he just hung up with her and told her he'd be home at 10.
Yeah.
She's calling at 20 minutes after 9.
Did you leave yet?
Yes, that's exactly what she said. That's exactly what he says. I just talked to you 20 minutes ago.
Right.
And then it got into this back and forth, are there girls there?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're doing. We're fucking bitches.
And it just got to the point to where he goes, okay, guys, I got to go.
Ugh.
Just, the guy we were just sitting there playing poker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, how can you have fun without me? That's their thought.
Yeah.
How can fun without me? Fucking stupid whores.
But the whole thing is why can't you just accept the fact that I told you I'd be home at 10?
Yeah.
And you're calling again. What is the reason you picked up your phone and called me again, especially when I just hung up with you and told you I would be home at 10?
Yeah, how about this? I'm just not a child. I don't owe you that. I'll be home when I'm home. That's when I'll be home.
And again, it wasn't like it was midnight or 1 a.m.
Yeah. I don't care if it's 5 a.m.
I understand, but it was only 9 o'clock. It's like, you're not allowed out past 9 on a school night.
Yeah. Fuck you, bitch.
But the worst part about that is not knowing what this guy had to face, even though he left the party early per se because of her coercion. Just think what he had to go through when he walked in the door.
Oh yeah, just an assload. Why do you have to be out without me? And then it turns into crying.
Yeah.
It starts out yelling, but then it turns into crying. It's really because I don't give you everything you need.
No, or you go, I sure hope you had fun tonight. You and your guy friends. What kind of ideas that they put in your head? Are you sure there weren't any girls there?
I'll bet all your friends were single except you, right?
As if that makes any difference.
Oh, it does, dude. I have been hated by the married friends.
Yeah.
I have one that she fucking hated me for, I think I told this on the show before, for taking my friend Dave to go see Seven Dust.
Right.
To go meet Seven Dust. That's all he wanted to do in his whole fucking life. It's his favorite fucking band. He wanted to meet him. I took him to do an interview for me just so he could meet him. And then when I ran into her like 2 or 3 months later, I might as well have raped him and fucking shot their kid in the face. Because she couldn't have been more standoffishy cunt to me.
Yeah.
It was just like, you know what? Go fuck yourself, stupid fucking bitch. It's like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
I did a favor for a friend.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Guess what? You're not my friend, so eat a bag of dicks, you fucking bitch. Now I think about it, and I'm like, I'm glad he divorced you, you fucking whore.
Right.
Go suck another dick and make that guy feel bad, too, you fucking bitch.
Well, now that we got the studio cams.
Yes. What do you got there?
Our good friend Ozzy Ace had sent this a while back.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, look at that.
You know what this is?
That's what is that, a Halen Kill gift bag?
It is. It's a little gift bag. You know what's inside this gift bag?
A condom.
No.
No? What is inside there?
It is a bag of dicks.
That's fucking amazing.
So, anytime you need to tell someone to eat a bag of dicks,
You can order. Where can we order these?
well, I have one here for you. He sent 2 of them. I haven't seen you to give you yours.
Well, that's all right. You can hold on to my bag of dicks if you like.
But here you go. It's eat a bag of dicks.
That's fucking awesome. It's all styled up with the CMS. It's great.
It's got all kinds of music labels on the back and
Hand job. Fuck you, pal. That's great.
and it's got the CMS logo on the front and it's a bag of dicks.
That's really funny. So good.
So thank you, Ozzy Ace.
Thank you, Ozzy. That's awesome.
So eat a bag of dicks.
Did you eat your bag of dicks?
No, I have it sitting on the shelf over here. Next,
No, maybe you would have munched down on a bag of dicks. But you got one.
oh, so good.
When I see you, I will take that and we will put that on film. Me eating the bag of dicks.
Look at
I will
Chris.
eat the bag of dicks on the video.
Chris is eating a bag of dicks.
I will absolutely video that.
So good.
It's funny.
All right. Well, I say we take a break and get into some stuff.
All right.
And our fans have been very busy this week. They've loaded up the email with all kinds of subject material.
Okay.
I have subject material of my own. You have subject material.
Yes.
So we got tons of shit to cover.
Good.
And speaking of the show, we got a lot of feedback this week for the John Levin segment last week.
Yeah, John called me at like 7:30 tonight.
He did.
Yeah, he called me just to say thanks for letting him come on.
Oh, well, they're in El Paso tonight.
Okay.
They had a early show. I think they played at 5. It was some kind of free show that some venue down there was putting on.
Okay.
And they were playing in El Paso. So he called you. He evidently called you from Texas tonight.
Yeah, he called and thanked me for having him on and was like, he thought it was great, had a great time, and thought the fans were really cool, and felt bad that he ddidn't know the Pantera song the guy wanted.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
we're going to hold that against him.
Yeah, I was like, dude, it's fine. But yeah, he says thank you to the fans and thank you to you and thank you to me. So there you go.
Nice. Well, John's good people, so
He is. I like John.
all those guys are good. But
Sure.
yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed watching the segment. I got several comments from people this week. I know you did as well. Mm-hmm. And then I'm still getting a few comments about the power of the puss is a curious thing.
Right.
People seem to enjoy that segment quite a bit as well.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was a good one. So you fans, you keep them coming, and we'll do our best to put it right back at you.
That's right, pal.
He threw me the peace sign. I threw it right back.
That's right.
Too funny. All right, you got something you'd like to hear?
How about some Black Sabbath? How about
Well, what I'm going to do first, give me your request and I'll line it up. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to play a request for our good friend Joe Cleon in the chat room.
Right. Okay.
And he wanted to hear some Whitesnake, and I don't know if you saw the David Coverdale doing the unboxing of the Slide It In. What is it? The 30th anniversary or something.
Yeah, that was
or
pretty
35th
good.
anniversary or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at all the material that's in that box set,
Yeah,
I am thinking I might get that.
that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got a lot of recordings in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to see what that costs. I think I might just order that. It looks pretty good.
Oh, look at you. All right, my request is Air Dance from Black Sabbath from Never Say Die.
Okay. Well, I'll line that up right behind the White Snake.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Here's some White Snake. This one comes from the Ready and Waiting release. And this is for our good friend Joe Cleon in the chat room. And this is Ain't Gonna Cry No More. So here it is. It's White Snake exclusively here
On your classic metal show.